Will Scream 7 be the entry for Stu Macher to make his return?
Jamie Kennedy, subscribe to my man, Destination Station right now if you want the best content.
What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Thank you for clicking on this video. Subscribe to Destination Station if you want Scream, Halloween, and everything in between. And follow me on all my socials. All the links are down in the description below. And today I want to talk about none other than Matthew Lillard, Stu Macher, and the Scream franchise. Yes, we've talked about them numerous times in the past, but with Scream 7 about to take place and start filming this week, here in just a couple of days, I want to hear from y'all. Like, how would you want this to even play out? Because it's already rumored that there is a Scream 8 in the works. So apparently Kevin Williamson and team are working together to make some sort of like maybe new trilogy or maybe a part 1 and part 2. We've never really even had a cliffhanger in the Scream franchise, but it doesn't mean they can't still do it, because Scream 2 was originally supposed to be a cliffhanger, but they changed it last minute. More on that later. But with Stu Macher, why would he come and why would he reprise his role now? Because, you know, there was always like little clues and stuff that he could possibly be alive, especially in Scream 5 with the whole, conversation between Tara and Ghostface. There was just like, like this like menacing like anger that came out of Ghostface whenever, Stu Macher was forgotten. If you remember the opening scene of that, we talked about that. There was also that Easter egg on Richie's laptop of, is the real Stu Macher alive? And then, all the speculation, like with Lillard's cameo in Scream 2, and the original script for Scream 3 was going to reveal that Stu survived and was plotting revenge. And then Kevin Williamson later used that for the following TV show, if you haven't seen that. Could Kevin Williamson, with him being more control over this film and being in that director's chair, could he actually bring this to light? Because a lot of fans have been wanting it. I know there's some of you that do not want it and think it's dumb and think Stu is dead, and that's fine. Either way they go, I'm okay with it. I would like to have Stu return, but I don't want it to be like a one and done. I don't want it to be feeling like he's rushed, like the mastermind's revealed, and we do this whole Sidney and Roman thing where it's Sidney and Stu, and it's all wrapped up and into a bow, and it's like he's nowhere to be seen at all. Like, we get like 20 minutes of Stu Macher and then he dies. I don't want that. I think that if they do play it out in a way that Stu is coming back, maybe he's coming back after her daughter. I think that would have been like a cool idea to do with Sam, with that being Billy's daughter in a way. But they could kind of take that idea, because we really don't know which direction they were going to go with Scream 7 before they decided to switch gears and go in another direction with Sidney Prescott being the main focus. So with this one, they could still take elements and make it to where Stu Macher is after Sidney's daughter. But the question is, why? Is it just to get back at Sidney? Like, what would be the motive of Stu coming out now? And they could still do this whole thing like to where it's like Stu, even though that was just like a little bit of a cameo of him in Scream 2, they could still do like a flashback and being like, hey, that was actually him, and still play on that a little bit. And then with Kevin Williamson being in this director's chair, he can actually do his Scream 3 movie that he was wanting to do to begin with. I don't think it should be exactly the way, it was, the idea of it, because it's already been done with the following, and I think that they should take another approach. I think in this one, if he is after Sidney and her daughter, then maybe it can be to where like the ending could be like 2 Ghostface are revealed, right? 2 Ghostface are normally revealed, and we get this whole showdown to where Sidney has to fight off one Ghostface. Maybe Sidney's daughter helps and fights off another alongside Gale, or hopefully, fingers crossed, Patrick Dempsey comes back and is fighting alongside them, and 2 Ghostface are taken out, right? Just to show a third one appear from behind Sidney or something, or like a surprise Sidney, you know, or maybe the movie could end on a phone call of Sidney getting, you know, like surprise Sidney, and then that's it, and that's kind of like a cliffhanger, and us as the audience is like, oh, that's what Stu would say, you know, like, or that's what he said in 1996 in the original, or it could be like there's this whole showdown between Sidney and Stu and Sidney's daughter, and instead of Stu dying, he could actually want to get caught in this one. Maybe he wants the fame that he never got, that Billy kind of pretty much stole from him from Woodsboro. Maybe this is his shot to shine, you know? That sounds weird to say, shot to shine. But I think that would be a very interesting approach, and then leading into Scream 8 with Stu being apprehended and maybe behind bars or put into an insane asylum, but he's still orchestrating stuff with other Ghostface cult out there. Like he has like this whole cult of Ghostface that he's been building up for years, and it's bigger now. It's not just a couple of people in a mask. This is a whole community. This is a whole cult of people that are in on this. And you know, we kind of like touched on that a little bit at the beginning of Scream 6. So yeah. Well, how do you want Stu to come back? Do you want it to just be like the mastermind, one and done? Because if that's the case, that means that Scream 7 would be the last film. But if the rumors are true and Scream 8 is in the works, then why bring back Stu at Scream 7 if you're going in and, you know, if there's another follow-up to that, because you would want that to be like your, you know, the big mastermind Ghostface, unless you're planning on him to survive. Anyways, interesting thought. More on this later. We always do Stu videos. I am a Stu truther. I am on that Stu train. I want to see him back in some capacity. I just want it to be done right, because if he does return and it falls flat and it just doesn't feel right, it's gonna be wasted potential. That's all. And not that I'm saying that I feel like that's gonna happen. I just want it to be done with care, especially now, because a lot of people are kind of expecting it. And you still have to surprise us, you know. I still want to be surprised. I want it to feel like he's not going to be returning at the end of the movie, but then boom, it's like the cherry on top. Stu Macher appears. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Let's talk about more theories, because we're about to start filming and we're about to be in full force Scream 7 news. So subscribe to Destination Station for all Scream content and be a part of Scream Talk every Friday night, 10 p.m. Central. I love your faces. I'll see you later. I'll see you on another time. Peace out.
I'll be right back.